Hi guys, and welcome back to neilpla.com with Niall and Tomas, and it is another 2025 Eurovision reaction video. Now, we've said this word a lot, this country's name a lot, it's Sweden. They've finally chosen a winner, and much to a lot of people's surprise, but also delight, KAJ have won with Bara Bada Bastu. We are bringing the sauna to Switzerland. Got to say, our Melfest video of this is now the most watched video on this channel. Yes. It has beaten Erica Vickman. So that is a testament, I guess, to how much love they've gotten over the course of the last few weeks. Before we get into our final reaction for Sweden, do remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring the bell to get notified every time we post a new video. And you can also go to neilpla.com to discover more socials and how to get involved. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's do it. It's Bara Bada Bastu.
Melodi nummer 12.
The cheer in the crowd for this is insane. And look at Friends Arena, sorry, Strawberry Arena, it's huge. Oh.
The image of the sausage gets me every time.
Does it make you want to go back to a campfire?
Instantly, you can tell that their energy is even bigger and grander than it was during the heat.
They must just, to have that love that has been going around Europe must just be such a nice feeling to bump you up.
I am so obsessed with this guy. I don't know why, but I find him so funny.
Honestly, I wish I could speak Swedish because this sounds funny, but I still just have no clue what they're saying, but I know there's a lot of humour in there.
Just the setting of this is incredible with the trees and the sauna and the campfire. It's almost like you're in an actual campfire.
Yeah, you sometimes it's easy
if it
to
wasn't
get
for the lights, if it wasn't for the lights, you wouldn't even be able to tell that it's in an arena.
There's just an energy behind this that I am absolutely digging.
You can't help but sing along. Oh, this is one of my favorite moments when the dancers in the towels come on.
We know why it's one of your favorite moments, Thomas.
Well, I'm only a human.
There's just the energy off of this is electric. It's so joyful. It's quite uplifting. Yeah. And then you get into this sort of like disco-esque moment. I don't know how else to call it. It's like, oh. Wolf Cadden's out. Just all the fun.
Also, the key change, it's just, it's perfect. Just everything about this. Sauna.
I just noticed that the dancers like held on to each other there. That's brilliant. Oh, what a
Listen to that cheer, that crowd.
Before we get into the reaction, we want to make clear from the start that we know these boys are from Finland. They are from Vara in Bothnia, which is an area that is very Swedish, very Finnish as well, but they speak a lot of Swedish in there. I think it's one of the only areas that is a Swedish-speaking majority in Finland. So that makes sense as to why we have Finns speaking Swedish in Sweden. But yeah, this is a whole party atmosphere. We've seen a few comments on social medias in the recent hours since they went about joke humor and novelty act and stuff like that. Yes, it's a comedy song to some degree, but it's done well. The music is produced so well. They sound fantastic. Like their voices are great. Like Kevin, who's the taller one, has such like this deep register that I really enjoy his verses. I just, the energy, it does it for me. I'm absolutely obsessed.
Yeah, same. It's just it's just like I said in the video, it's just perfection from start to finish. Everything is so well thought out. I mean, their name on Instagram is Humorgruppen KAJ,
Yes.
which it literally means humor group. It's comedy is their thing. So obviously this is going to be comedic. Look, I'm not going to get into the whole joke thing right now, because if you follow me on Blue Sky, you'll know that I'm writing a bit of an article on it, which is going to appear on the blog hopefully later today. It's just, comedy doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't mean that it's a joke. It doesn't mean that it's making fun of the contest or anything. It's just a bit of fun. That's all it is. And I know that not everyone is going to be into this, but I've seen loads and loads of love for this. You know, there's a reason why this is the most watched video on our channel, or at least the Melfest reaction for it. People just love this. There's so much going on in the world right now, and we all just need a few moments to just breathe and forget about everything and forget about all the troubles and just have some fun. And I think these guys just do exactly that. And you can see, this is what struck me really in this video, is that it's like the immense outpour of love that they've gotten over the past couple of weeks has really lifted their spirits even more than you know. You could tell not just the energy from the crowd before the song starts and after it finishes, but also from them during the performance. The smiles on their faces just radiates, and it's just so beautiful to see. And I'm happy that Sweden went for something like this. I'm happy that we get some Swedish at the Eurovision Song Contest again.
First time,
God knows that that's been a while.
It's from Sweden. We last saw Swedish from Finland.
From Finland, yeah, exactly.
This
was also a fantastically beautiful song, by the way.
Yeah.
It is just fantastic. I was just, and not only is it funny, but it's very danceable. It's very cleverly written. The act is just so well put together, as you know, we're used to from Melfest anyway. Like usual, you can just copy paste this on the big stage. You don't even have to change anything about it. There's a silly little dance in this performance, the choreo. You don't have to change anything about it, because people are going to be doing that dance in the arena. People are going to be shouting sauna in the arena. This is just absolutely fantastic. I love it.
So I want to talk a little bit about the Melfest final while we're here, just very quickly, because if you want to know more about what we actually think about this at first impression, you can go back to the Melfest reaction video.
Yes.
It's all there, and we've been quite clear about what we're thinking here. It was very interesting to watch. So obviously KAJ were last to perform, and Måns was obviously the hot favourite. He had like a 60% winning chance, I believe, was the final odd. It was so high. But then they do the lineup and they introduce all the acts, and there's a great cheer, of course, for everyone. A huge cheer for Måns that was audibly louder than the songs before him. But then Lee's guy comes out, and it was like an eruption. It truly was just, it almost felt like Sweden had been like, right, we're turning up for the KAJ concert, and we've got 11 support acts before it all starts. It was, they just loved it. The voting, this is the most tense voting that I remember from Melodifestivalen in many, many years. Obviously, 2023, we had Loreen Runaway. 2024, we had Marcus and Martinez Runaway. This was tense. Like, I was watching on a delay, but it was so tense I couldn't even look at my phone because it was so close. Like, after the jury points, So Mons did win the jury,
Yeah.
but not with the
like 2
landslide that
points.
people expected.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah.
And then these guys, when these guys got their 90 points, it was then I was like, yeah, there's not enough points left. This is huge. And then Mons got 81 points. So they won by like 6 points or 7 points.
Yeah. I mean, it still was when you say like, oh, they've done it after they got their televote points. Like I was like, obviously I didn't watch Melfest because I was out for a family dinner last night. So I watched the results last night. I already knew who won, of course, but I just wanted to see the results because I think it's exciting. And they said at some point, oh, Mons needs 89 points. He still got 81, so he came pretty close. Yeah. So I probably wouldn't have been at ease, even with those 90 points for Kai. I probably still would have been like shaking, like, oh my God, is it going to be enough?
But it was tense. It was. Yeah. And you know what? I enjoyed it so much more with the added tension. It made the last 20 minutes of that show just so enjoyable to watch. It was drama, it was TV. We know there's drama. There's been a little bit of drama and controversy from backstage, but we won't get into that too much. I'm sure you can check out Aftonbladet, whatever it's called, and get all the gossip from them. But no, this just felt. I'm also really happy that we are going to at least get a break from what's the point in Sweden competing? They just sing the same song every year, because this is a welcome breath of fresh air. It's still polished, it's still poppy, it's still dancey, but it's not that Swedish pop excellence that we've come to to love and get. So I'm really glad that we're not going to have that conversation for a little while. This is something new, refreshing. I think this is a definite qualifier. I don't see any scenario where this does not do well in a televote only semi-final. I'm also intrigued to see how it does with the juries at Eurovision, because what Melfest asked their juries to do was look at what song could make the biggest impact. So it wasn't necessarily about what is the most radio friendly, what is this, what's that. It was about impact to a large audience. So I think that's one of the reasons why KAJ did well here. Can they copy that? Can they take that energy from the jury, losing out by 2 points from winning the jury? Can they take that to Eurovision? I would be surprised if they didn't get a couple of 12s. And I'm looking at you, Finland. I'm looking at you, Estonia.
Surely Finland would give this at least 10 points. But here's the thing: you never know with the juries, and basically you never know with the televote either. It's always such a guessing game. I kind of want to put the juries aside for a little bit and just think about the televote at Eurovision, where I feel like we already have a couple of songs in the mix that feel like televote magnets. So, we obviously have Finland, we have Malta, we have Estonia. Is this another one to put in the mix as a contender for a televote winner? Because I feel like the reaction from the fandom is so immense. I don't think I've ever seen, in all my years that of watching the continent and all my years of being online watching the fandom react to the songs, I don't think I've seen such a massive support for one entry as much as, or maybe it's just because it is Sweden and because people sort of really wanted Sweden to send something different than just their average pop song that they do all the time. I don't know, that could have something to do with it, but there's such a huge reaction to the song. I mean, we said it before, I think at the time of recording, it's got nearly 25,000 views on our channel alone, and we've got like 680 something followers. So to have 25,000 views on one video for us is insane.
People are searching them out. People are searching for them.
Incredible, and I don't think we've ever had a reaction as big as that. So, is this a possible televote winner? Do you think?
It could be. It could be. I'm sure we'll get into this in the weeks to come because national final season is over. We will get into this, I'm sure. But yeah, there is also that worry that we could have a split of the televote because there's so much. But we'll get into that. This is just fun. It will be loved by people at home. I think it will get some jury love as well. Maybe not as much as they did last night at Melfest, but props to them. I love this. And I find myself just going Bara Bada Bastu fairly often, unprompted, just walking around going Bara Bada Bastu. It's catchy.
It's just stuck in your head, yeah.
You know what? The reaction to Kai feels slightly similar to the reaction we had for Karia from the fandom.
Yeah.
And we know how that went. That went huge. People's Champion,
which is
et cetera,
also coincidentally a Finn. I mean, that Finland is, in one way or another, is dominating this contest for a number of years now. You know, you've got Erika Wigman, who's also getting a huge reaction, who's also probably a fan favorite to win the whole thing. And now you've got Sweden in the mix, who are represented by Finns, really. Yeah. So it's kind of like Finland on top, man. It's crazy. Maybe I should have gotten my Finnish flag to go along with this one today.
Maybe. I've seen a clip of a screenshot from the community app, and at the point, the community scoreboard has Sweden and Finland first and second. And I'm like, are we getting a 2023 repeat? Like,
we might.
You? Oh, this is brilliant.
Except this time, Finland has no excuse to be angry, because whoever wins, whether it's Sweden or Finland, it's going to be a Finn who wins. So. And imagine neither of them winning and it being Malta instead. Can you imagine the meltdown then?
Amazing. Anyway, we better wrap this up because we can talk about this all day. Remember, neilpoir.com, and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and ring the bell. Your love means the world to us. We will see you next time. We've got a lot of videos to crack through from a lot of the internals, and we've got the all-important entry from San Marino. We are to Italian, and we will see you then. Goodbye.